I am assuming that once upon a time you were a baby. As a baby, you were not able to speak in words or full sentences. Thus, you had to communicate in some fashion to get your needs met. Well, hopefully, you had a very attentive mother, father, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, people who were around you who could figure out what you needed, or at least could figure out close to what you needed, so that you got fed, you got cleaned, you got some sleep, you got clothes on you when you were cold, your clothes were taken off you when you were too warm, you were protected from animals. So there were a lot of different things that were needed, that you needed for your survival and to thrive. And at that age, you were unable to actually verbalize and to tell people what you needed. Well, now, hopefully, you are much better able to do that, to express your needs and your wants and your desires. But nevertheless, even if you're able to express them, that does not mean that you are going to get what you want. As the famous line in the Rolling Stones says, you can't always get what you want, but you'll find sometimes you just might find you get what you need. Now, hopefully you do get what you need, but what if your communication with this other person is just not hitting the mark? What happens if you are not very well versed in how the other person thinks, so it's very difficult to convince this other person to go along with what you want, to help provide what you need, if you're unable to get it yourself? Perhaps you're trying to get an increase in your salary. Perhaps you are trying to get a ride somewhere when you don't have a way to get there on your own. Perhaps there's a particular kind of food that you would like on the grocery list, or someone's going to the market, you want them to buy something, include it in the list, and so far you aren't able to get them to do that for whatever reason. Don't you think it would be fantastic if you were able to improve your ability to speak to that other person in such a way that you knew how to convince them to go along with what you want? Wouldn't that be fantastic? Well, there are a lot of different ways that people understand how to do that already, because we do grow up with parents who we have to convince, and other people we have to convince to do what we would like them to do for us. Vice versa, there are others around trying to get us to do what they want us to do as well. What is this process called? Well, it's called sales. And in fact, we are constantly trying to use our sales ability to get what we want. Years ago, I took this course by Dennis Waitley on negotiating skills. One of the negotiating methods, they're called gambits, G-A-M-B-I-T-S. A negotiating gambit is called the broken record technique, and all parents know what this is. It's when the child constantly says, I want candy. I want candy. Get me candy. I want candy. I want candy. It's a broken record. You just keep going over and over again. Now, that is a fairly primitive negotiation strategy or sales strategy. But at times it can wear the person down, and eventually you'll get what you want. But in more sophisticated situations, the broken record technique is not effective, and in fact, it can reduce your chances of, quote unquote, closing the sale. So the bottom line here is sales is a normal, healthy part of life in all or almost all of our interactions with other people. However, most people think sales is a dirty word. At least in the United States, most people don't want to be salespeople. They don't like someone to be salesy. So how do we get around that? How do we become more proficient at communicating to other people in the way that they want to be communicated with in order to more effectively sell them on something that they actually want to do? I think most people do want to help other people, do want to make other people feel good. And they want to make themselves feel good by entertaining various things. It could be a service that someone wants to provide. It could be a product that someone wants to provide. Perhaps someone wants to buy a house. They're just looking for the right one at the right price. Perhaps someone is looking for a car or a bicycle, or they're looking for a particular food. How can we, if it's a tricky situation, if it's not straightforward, how can we more effectively communicate with the other person to get what we want so that everyone feels good about it? Well, that is where B.A.N.K code comes in. B.A.N.K code is a personality system to better understand how to speak the language of the other person so that we can be more effective and be more effective in our life, be more persuasive, be more influential, and help other people along the way. Learning your B.A.N.K code is the first step. I'm offering here a $97 gift to you of learning your own B.A.N.K code. And then I ask that after you've learned it and you've read your report, that you seriously consider signing up for a course. The B.A.N.K code course, sign up through my website and start to learn how you can apply B.A.N.K code in all of your interactions, not only for sales, but for your relationships as well. So go to for-cards.com, that's FOUR-CARDS.com. Sign up, get your personality report, fill out all the information accurately, so you will get an email back with your report. My $97 gift to you. And once you've read that, if it rings true for you, if you would say, yes, this is me, then you owe it to yourself to spend a little extra money and learn, educate quickly to figure out how you can use this to improve your relationships and your sales ability with other people. It's simple. There are a lot of different levels of education, and it's all done online. And you even get to quiz yourself to see how well you are learning it. Online, 24/7 access, fantastic system. I highly recommend it. So go to for-cards.com, get your personality code done online, and then sign up for a subscription to get educated in this system. You will not regret it.